Welcome to the Microsoft Security Insights Podcast with your hosts, Franklin Grimberg and Edward Walton, where we discuss Microsoft 365 security and Azure security news and products.
Recorded Wednesday, December 1st at 3:06 p.m. Mountain Time. Good day, everybody. Good day, Frank. Good day, Rod. Good day, Sreedhar. How are y'all doing today?
I'm doing good. How about you, Rod?
I'm trying to think about this. I'm good. It's the week after being off. It's taken 2 days for me to dig out actually being off for a week, which was actually a good week. It was Thanksgiving here in the U.S., which was awesome. I did, however, pick up a cold, but it was absolutely worth it because I picked it up from the grandkid. He had it, gave it to me, so that was super awesome, except I still have it, right? So I don't know how much information you want to know, but literally I cannot stop blowing my nose. So you may see me.
Did you try some like coffee that you have, that special coffee you have?
I don't. So, here's another thing.
Special coffee.
Notice my cup. That elephant cup is no more. It died. I don't know what happened. It broke. So it was
okay.
Cheap. So I had to get another cup. So yeah, I know. But don't worry, Brodie. I still have my back scratcher.
Oh, good. Where's mine? Oh shoot! I put it away.
Gosh.
It's in a drawer. I'll never find it now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone
Well, I
forever.
say last week when we were talking to Nathan, I said, yeah, I'm interested in the Surface Studio laptop Studio. I can't remember which way it goes. It actually came in today, right before the podcast. So, I've got this toy sitting there waiting for me to open. I'm like, man, I should just skip the podcast, open up the Surface.
We just have to make sure that Sreedhar talks really, really quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, all. I am doing great. Busy with lots of stuff going on. Apart from that, yeah, I'm having fun and doing awesome stuff around Sentinel, and had a very nice Thanksgiving last week, and had a personal time, continuously long weekend with my kids, and we set up a Christmas tree and lights and a lot of stuff we did. So yeah, it's an early Christmas tree decorations.
Yeah, that's that. So you're actually ahead of us, which is kind of interesting. Our whole goal is the day after Thanksgiving, we're supposed to, here at the house, tradition to put up the Christmas tree, but I had that cold. We didn't do it. We still haven't done it. So hopefully we'll get to do it here shortly.
Yeah.
Hey, Sreedhar, I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if the product team got together and you all decided for the team beard or whatever, but it's looking good. I noticed there was like 3 or 4 other people on the product team that have the exact same beard. I don't know if it's because of the, Mustache November or whatever it was. I don't know.
November.
Well, for the Canadian people, it's hockey season, right? So
It is. It's hockey season. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Sreedhar, you're the only one with facial hair. I can't grow good facial hair. My wife doesn't like me with facial hair, so that's basically that. Yeah.
I just thought you couldn't.
It doesn't come in great. Put it that way. It's not well suited for me. Everybody's different.
You're not a true Canadian.
Oh, Rod, come on, Rod. That's a little rude.
So Rod, who is our guest tonight, and what are we talking about?
Sreedhar, who's been here with us before. I know that Sreedhar has been working on a lot of things recently. So internally, specific to Microsoft Sentinel, I just about said Azure Sentinel again. I'm getting really good. It's still there, but
it's Microsoft Defender Sentinel to you.
Microsoft
Defender for
Sentinel for cloud apps or something.
And on-prem. Yeah.
Multi-platform Defender, something or another. But every time there's a discussion or we have a little hour-long webinar talking about what's new, Sreedhar's name always pops up. So I'm always interested to see what he's doing. I know we've been working on some stuff with the ADX stuff, the AWS stuff, right? Things like that. So I'm absolutely interested to hear what you've been working on, what you have to share with us.
Yeah, sure. Let me start with a small joke regarding the name changes. Okay. Recently, I saw one Twitter post, I guess, somebody posted in a comic way saying that, okay, the mute button is renamed as Microsoft Defender for Meetings.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that one.
I love that.
Yeah. So yeah, when people are confusing about the names, I just thought of that joke. So keeping the jokes apart, recently we have so many announcements in Microsoft Ignite, and most of our customers are loving what we are doing on Microsoft Sentinel. And a couple of the new features that we announced on Ignite that got a lot of traction and people have started using. Some customers are already using them from the private preview, but when it announced, the usage got doubled. For example, CI/CD pipelines with repositories. As of now, we have enabled with Azure DevOps and GitHub, where you can create your CI/CD pipeline for all your artifacts in your Azure Sentinel, like analytics, playbooks, workbooks, hunting queries, and a couple of parsers. And we also had announced Content Hub, where we enable third-party data connectors. We packaged analytical rule, hunting queries, parsers, workbooks as a single package. And right now, those solutions are already available in Content Hub. That is almost, we have 90 solutions right now. They are available, I guess. The number might be different because we keep on releasing the solutions. So that is another important announcement. And also we revamped the mic on Azure Sentinel Microsoft Sentinel portal itself. We are showing who is the top contributor of the month. We revamped the news and events section. And for example, if you go to Microsoft Sentinel portal now, you can see who is the top contributor. As we are getting lots of contributions to GitHub repo, we are giving points and badges to all the contributors around the world. And for example, if somebody is a top contributor, we are showcasing that person in the Microsoft Sentinel portal itself. That's one good way of recognizing people's contributions. So that's one new thing on Sentinel, Microsoft Sentinel. And other things are like we have near real-time detections and new AWS S3 data connector, where you can ingest from AWS S3. CloudTrail, GuardDuty, and the VPC flow logs are now enabled, but we are working on to enable the other data sources. That went to the public preview. So there are so many things. For example, I can show what are the new things that are available. We have, let me share my screen. Can I share my screen? Yeah.
Absolutely, you can. I just want to say I love how you are broadcasting the top contributor and doing the badges and the experience, just like the AKMS Learn site. That's really cool. That's fantastic. So good job to you and the team on that decision.
Thank you. And for example, there is a documentation site, aka.ms/asnew. This is one of our Microsoft Sentinel documentation where we keep on update the information here. And if you see here under November, okay, we are having these many features went into the public preview. So these are all the features that couple of them we announced in Ignite, and all of these features are now in public preview. What just we talked about the S3 data connector. See, this is the S3 data connector where you can ingest VPC flow logs, GuardDuty, and CloudTrail as of now. And we have Windows forwarded events data connector is also available. And this is another type of analytical rule. So we have a couple of analytical rule types like scheduled analytical rule, Microsoft security analytical rule. And now this is a different type, like near real-time threat detection rules are currently in public preview. So like that, okay, we have so many features. So if we are interested, I can go through on any specific one. but or else I'm happy to discuss other important features.
So let's see. Let's take a poll. Who's what should we look at first? Because there's a few of these things that I really like. Particularly,
we'll let you talk, Rod. I mean, I'm here to listen.
All right. Let's see. How about the repositories? I think that's pretty interesting. If you have a chance, Sreedhar, to kind of demo how that works.
Yeah, sure.
And the other thing to keep in mind that most people listen to the podcast, so we can post this out on YouTube. So when you're talking, remember to always say what you're talking about, so they can visualize it in the site. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, sure. Yeah, definitely. I would like to. How to stop?
Trying to stop sharing.
Yeah, I just want to log in once and then I can start sharing again.
Those plain text passwords that get you every time, right?
Yes. Okay, I am ready to share my screen.
Brodie, do you really have a new camera? Is that what you're saying? Oh, there we go. Now we're focused. About to say that new camera is not doing too well.
So this is a repositories tab under Microsoft Sentinel. If you under content management, we added a new tab called repositories. When you click on the repositories, you will see all the information where you can add your own GitHub repo or Azure DevOps. For example, these are existing GitHub repos. For example, you can add your new GitHub repo. Just click on add new. And for example, if it is your organization CI/CD pipeline, you can specify any name here. Let's say demo CI/CD. I'm just giving a demo CI/CD pipeline here. CI/CD, and description can be something. Okay, and here if you see, as of now we are supporting two source controls. One is GitHub and another one is Azure DevOps. For example, if you click on GitHub, it will ask you to authorize. Okay, once you authorize, okay, you can choose your repository here. Okay, here I have so many repositories. Okay, you can select any repository here. Okay, but as of now, I will do another connection here, like.
So what's the recommendation here though? Is it just to create one that's specific to the content that you're going to be storing, or should you choose something that's existing, or is this kind of something you have to pre-plan, I guess?
Yes, if you have a GitHub repo with your analytical rules or workbooks or parsers, choose that GitHub repo, and whenever you select your repo, okay, immediately it will create a CI/CD pipeline, and whatever the analytical rules you defined in your GitHub repo, that will be updated or that will be created in your analytical rules section. That is the advantage of having a CI/CD pipeline. You can maintain a source of truth like configuration as code, whatever analytical rules you are putting in your Azure's Microsoft Sentinel portal, you can have all that information. If you want to distribute it to multiple workspaces, you can run the CI/CD pipeline to have the same set of logic for all the workspaces. That's the advantage of repositories tab.
So tell me about, so an MSSP that's had to deal with, 100 customers.
Mm-hmm.
They were either sending Sentinel data to their own space, or they had to create these rules that all the customers, now they can just have one repo and keep all the customers updated. Is that what we're doing here?
Yeah, that yes. You have one repository, and with that one repository, you can deploy the same set of logic to any number of workspaces, to any of your customers. Depends upon if the logic is same.
So this is cross Lighthouse and different workspaces and tenants and things like that as well, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So before we move on, I think a lot of times folks are interested in the differences. What's the benefit of one versus the other, or if there is any, between using GitHub or the Azure DevOps?
Both are source controls. I don't see any pros or cons between Azure DevOps and GitHub. Okay. In my view, both are source repositories. If anyone want to add, I'm happy to hear.
Yeah, you should definitely focus on GitHub.
You think so?
It's not which one's better, it's which one is the future.
So you think GitHub, is one easier than another to provide access control to external entities, potentially?
I'd have to think about that one. I would just stay with GitHub.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we announced these repositories, I have an interesting customer ask regarding the analytics. For example, as this feature is recently came in, and now we are asking customers to maintain all your analytical rules as code. But one of my customer asked, okay, I have defined almost 400 analytic rules on one of my workspace. Okay, how do I maintain these analytic rules at my repo? And he saw our Rod's one of the posts in his website, like you can select all and you can export all these analytical rules. But the problem is, when you export all these analytical rules, it will be created as a single file.
Yeah.
And our CI/CD pipeline expects every analytical rule as a single JSON file. That's the main problem here. I am solving for customer. I created a PowerShell utility. I didn't published to any GitHub repo. I am planning to do that in my next next week. So I will demo this one. For example, here, run without debugging. Okay, this PowerShell will go to your tenant and get your workspace analytical rules and save all that information in a JSON objects. Okay, I am running the PowerShell script here. Okay, it's first of all, it is clearing all the existing Azure connections, and it will ask me to log in here. Okay, once I log in there, the PowerShell utility will again ask me, okay, what subscription you want to select. Once you select your subscription, then it will retrieve all the workspaces in your subscription. These are all log analytics workspace that Azure Sentinel is enabled. So I would like to select one of the workspace, let's say Sentinel Training Lab, click on OK. Then it will ask me the folder. Okay, for example, I would like to delete this one. 1 minute. Okay, this is my actual test folder. Okay, it will ask me, okay, in which folder I would like to save all your analytical rules. If I select this test3-1, click on select folder. Okay, if you go to the script, okay, it is saying, okay, exporting Azure Sentinel rules. Okay, and now I will open my test3. Okay, this is my folder. Okay, this is the workspace name, and this is the scheduled analytical rules, And all these analytical rules got created as a single JSON object. And now customer can take these JSON files and put it in their GitHub repo or Azure DevOps. So this is the utility. Initially, I'm targeting only the scheduled analytical rules, and I am in the plans of adding hunting queries, parsers, data connectors, and all that stuff.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. You said you're
Very
gonna
awesome.
finish it up and release it next week sometime. Did you?
I already finished. I already finished the first part for the scheduled analytical rules, and I will publish this to one of my personal GitHub repo next week after testing thoroughly, and then I will keep on adding the support for hunting queries, playbooks, workbooks, and other areas.
Awesome. I'm going to be like just a regular old customer. Can you give me the exact day and time that you'll release this?
Next week,
the licensing model?
Licensing model is MIT. Yeah. Please try. And if you find any issues, please raise an issue on my personal GitHub repo, and I will fix those issues.
Wonderful.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we'll expect it tomorrow.
One thing that was kind of new. Can you go back to Sentinel on the analytics page?
Sentinel and analytics page. Yeah.
Was that analytics efficiency workbook there? Is that new, or have I been away from this too long?
It's been there for a bit. Up top. No, go back to analytics. It's the link that goes directly to the efficiency thing. Up top.
What does this workbook provide?
Go ahead and click on it. So there's a few things, looks like. Different alert rules, the alerts generated over the past 30 days. Well, of course, you can change that as well. The incidents that have been generated based on those alerts and where those alerts fit in the incidents. But yeah, it's some good data. I mean, it's everything that's happened within the environment. So
yeah.
Okay.
Just to see if anything's missed, disabled, because or you may not know, analytics rules, if they hit a snag for a certain period of time, they will disable themselves.
Yes. Yeah. For example, like this, auto disable internal port scan Azure firewall. This is actually disabled. And for this also, I have created a playbook in order to notify a customer or SOC team whenever there is a analytical rule gets auto disabled. There are two reasons for analytical rule gets disabled. By any reason, if it gets disabled, I will immediately send a notification to the SOC team. That playbook is already available in Azure Sentinel GitHub repo. I can quickly show that.
I think you have a blog on that too, don't you?
Sreedhar, you want to unmute?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Happens once per meeting, but all good.
Defender for meetings. He hit that defender for meetings button.
I think the worst attack would be the ability to unmute and turn on people's cameras. I don't think there's a worse attack out there than if you could just do that remotely.
There's a thing called Metasploit.
Yes, but just as its own separate thing, if you could just globally turn on everyone's cameras and unmute everybody at the same time, the chaos that would cause would be unreal.
Yeah. This is that playbook I'm talking about. If any of your analytical rules, if you have a scenario, if your analytical rules are getting auto disabled and you are unaware of which analytical rule is getting disabled, then you can definitely try this analytical rule. And I am sending an email with the following information. Either you can send an email or post the message to the teams. Okay, here I can send the rule name and why the analytical rule got disabled, and I'm also sending the KQL query that analytical rule is using. this is email, and this is a Teams post.
I sent you a link. I wanted to show you my contribution to the community for the week. It's in the chat.
Yeah.
Go ahead and click on that.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is the AZ900 course. Scroll down. Let me know if you see anything wrong with what they're saying. Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's start here. Do you see anything wrong with this?
You store and manage secrets from the last statement.
First statement. First statement that you see under the graphic.
The company will also use Azure monitor workbooks to automate to response. For example, it can set
playbooks. Wait.
Yeah. So this will be fixed sometime soon, hopefully. But yeah. This also. So I don't know how long this has been in AZ900 for, but
that's why I missed that question. Holy crap!
No. You got that wrong on the test?
No. I hope not. And if it
I don't even know. I took that in the beta, so I never got the score. But that's good.
No wonder Ed could never pass SC200. Right in the coursework.
Yeah, so that's my contribution to the community, getting that AZ900 fixed after, I don't know, a
definitely.
year or whatever.
Yeah, I know a contact who is maintaining all the docs at Microsoft. So I will.
I've already sent it in. So
okay. Yep. Awesome. Good catch, Frank.
So the repositories are awesome. I can't tell you the number of customers that I've worked with over the course of the past year or so that this has been a huge thing that they've wanted to be able to deploy from that DevOps type pipeline. So that's huge. That's just a customer. That's a response to customer request right there. We absolutely
it's around playbooks and analytical rules, right? Primarily.
No, it supports all workbooks, playbooks, parsers.
It supports all those. The one thing that, I still have issues with, and I don't think there's ever been a clear answer, but we'll talk about it, because the other thing beyond repositories is the new Content Hub, right? Which you talked about as being one of those things released in the preview, which is absolutely awesome in that it's providing Microsoft Sentinel customers their own intimate marketplace for these other solutions that we can deploy, and not just deploy an analytics role here and a workbook here, but it actually combines that solution into one little package to deploy it all at once. Most common question that customers raise after seeing the solution, the Content Hub, and going, this is awesome, love these solutions. Should we still focus on data connectors, or should we just look at Content Hub first and expect data connectors to go away at some point?
Oh, you stumped him. Good job, Rod.
I didn't stump him. I was just wonder if he'd answer that. Good. That's just one of those common questions from customers. They're like, well, I see these solutions. They have all the analytics roles, which the data connectors used to have, right? I see the data connector itself, and I see the parser, which the data connector used to have. Data connectors didn't necessarily have the hunting queries and the playbooks and stuff, but this is, to me, I think this is an absolutely much better solution. Speaking of AWS, is AWS in here as well?
No, AWS data connector is under data connector.
So there's part of that confusion. Yeah.
Amazon Web Services S3. This is the new data connector. And for the Content Hub, if you are a partner or an ISV, you can create your own solution. And last week, me and Preeti gave a webinar how to create your own solution for Microsoft Sentinel.
I think that one's already up on YouTube potentially, isn't it?
Yes, it's in YouTube. Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to go look for that and share the link. I did share the link to on Twitch to your blog post on that playbook, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we'll have to look for that because I think this is huge. I regularly talk to our partners, and this is particularly from the MISA program. A lot of folks, a lot of partners are really, really interested in joining this because I think, and you can speak to this, Sreedhar, but I think we have a really good solution here for our partners to be able to kind of plug in and take advantage of this whole platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. What else you want to show us, Sreedhar?
Coming in?
What else would you like to show us? Well, what other tidbits do you want to demo today?
Yeah, sure. There is another important announcement here in automation, the automation rules, and we brought the playbooks and the playbook templates here under the automation. Initially, for example, if you have a scenario to install a playbook, our recommendation is go to the Azure Sentinel GitHub repo and go to the playbooks and deploy. And now we brought a couple of playbook templates to the automation tab here, and you can see all your automation related stuff under one tab called automation, which is under currently configuration. And here you can see all these playbook templates, and all these playbook templates are coming from Azure Sentinel GitHub repo. And you can see all the active playbooks, and these are the automation rules where you can attach a playbook when an alert is triggered or when a Azure Sentinel incident is created. So this is another important announcement we did in Ignite.
So is that playbook that you talked about earlier already listed in those templates, or does that have to be?
Not yet, not yet. Yeah. We added the tags for the remediation. If you see here, the tags, remediation and auto response and sync, all these initial things are added here to playbook templates. If you select any playbook and click create playbook, it will automatically show you the same ARM template, and you need to provide your resource group. And if you want to change the playbook name, create the playbook name and click on next parameters, then it will automatically create all the necessary connections and the parameters, and whatever the require for ASA, you need to provide the API key or something. And connections, you can authenticate your Azure Sentinel or Microsoft Teams connections, authenticate and click on review and create. It will create a playbook for you from Microsoft Sentinel portal itself.
Cool.
So I have a question in the chat. This is from a Microsoft person. Is there a certain coding practice to get a playbook to show in the templates tab? Anything specific about the coding? Or is it just has to be part of the Microsoft's own specific repo?
The question is related to any specific standards for the playbook coding?
Yeah.
Okay, when you create a playbook using from Logic Apps, for example, let me show you Logic Apps, okay? You can create any playbook here. For example, let me open one of my playbook, okay? Send health notification. 1 minute. Okay, let's open some connector health app. Anything is fine. Okay, if you click on the playbook, okay, all the playbook, when you create a playbook, all these playbooks, you can add actions. It's like a graphical user interface. For example, if you want to go to the code view, this is the actual code view of your playbook. If you want to distribute your playbook, or if you want to create a pull request to Azure Sentinel GitHub repo with your playbook, you need to take out your code and you need to create a ARM template to distribute. And in order to simplify this process, I already had a script to create a ARM template for any playbook in your tenant. That's already there. So you can make use of that ARM template generator so that once you get all the code, once you get all this code and create an ARM template, you can easily distribute to you easily distribute by creating a pull request to Sentinel GitHub repo. And I am one of the part of reviewer board on the Azure Sentinel GitHub repo for reviewing the playbooks. We will review all the playbooks, and if we find any issues, we will ask the user to correct it. And then once everything is fine, we will push it to Sentinel GitHub repo.
Excellent. Where is that PowerShell script, by the way?
The PowerShell script, I had the first version on my Azure Sentinel GitHub repo, and recently I did added a couple of additional logic to that Git ARM template generator. I have so many repositories. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, it must be under another Andy DevSecOps. So yeah, Logic App ARM template generator. This is the initial version I published 5 months ago. And now I created a second version of this ARM template generator that is also in my to-do list. I will publish that script also very soon.
All right, because that would be huge. We had Nathan on last week, and he has gone through a video of how to sanitize those playbooks,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that's always a big pain point for customers to share their automation because it's just difficult to do, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The code is available here. I can show you quickly on ARM template generator 2. Shall I demo the code for ARM template generator? Okay, let me open that one. My customers.
Frank, where did the recordings get hosted for our listeners so they can see what Sreedhar is doing here post the 7-day window for the Twitch expiring?
It's a 14-day window. So,
14-day, pardon me.
I keep them on Twitch for the 2 weeks, and if a lot of people are watching them, then or something that should be kept around, then I post them on my personal YouTube channel. But yeah, for the most part, it's coming back to Twitch and watching it.
Okay.
Usually the first 2 weeks is when the podcasts are listened to.
Okay, sounds good. Personal YouTube because you got us banned on YouTube.
I did not get us banned on YouTube.
That's a rumor.
Listen, if they think SharePoint lists are age-restricted content, there's nothing I can do about it, okay?
That's fair. Well, maybe there's another platform we could host these on as well if you would not like to share your personal YouTube location. So we could figure that out.
It's my name. It's no big deal to find it.
It's just that we're watching Frank's Christmas along with these.
Yeah.
No.
Frank gets the training wheels off.
It's only professional videos. Don't worry.
Oh, professional videos. That could be interpreted a lot of ways, Frank. But okay, yeah, sounds good.
All right. So one of the things I want to talk about is near real-time rules. And so I have some questions here for some clarifications. Are you ready?
Give me 1 minute. So I am sharing my screen again to quickly show you the ARM template generator 2.
Okay.
Give me 1 minute. Share screen.
Frank was trying to catch you off guard.
Yeah, you're much nicer than Ed. Ed would just bombard you with a left field question, regardless if you're ready or not. So you're getting it easy, Sreedhar.
So this is the ARM template generator. Okay, I already hard-coded my tenant ID. I don't want to show that tenant ID to in the video, so I already hard-coded, and it is saying that okay, generate for gallery. Okay, yes, I would like to distribute my playbook in Azure Sentinel GitHub repo. Click on true and enter, and it does exactly just like in a previous way. It will clear all my existing Azure Sentinel connections and ask you to log in. Once you log in, the PowerShell script will prompt you to select your subscription, and it will show up all your playbooks in your subscription. For example, initially in our previous PowerShell screen, PowerShell script, it brought all the workspaces, and here it is bringing all the playbooks. For example, if your playbook is in your subscription working fine, and if you don't know how to create an ARM template for the playbook, okay, you can use this script and select any of the playbook. For example, I want to select, okay, this one, affected key credentials scanner, which I recently contributed for one of the CVE for Microsoft Azure AD credentials and the principles. Select that one, and it will ask me again the folder name. For example, let's say podcast. Okay, I'm selecting podcast and click on select folder. Okay, and now it got created the ARM template here. Okay, I will show you in a minute. Podcast, yes, I got it here. And if you click open here, okay, this is my playbook name. And if you go under the playbook, okay, it will create Azure deploy.json. You can open with Notepad++. Okay, you will see here Azure deploy.json format JSON. Okay, this is the ARM template. Okay, no need to sanitize or no need to work on your code, and all this code is now ready to distribute. For example, if you copy this JSON, Control A, Control C, and go to portal here. Portal.azure.com, and click on deploy custom template. Type here, deploy a custom template. Okay, it will ask you to build your own template in the editor. Delete the existing one, paste it here, and click on save. There is no error, and your playbook template is ready. So this is how you can make use of the template generator. This is the second version. Yeah, the first version is also working, but there are a couple of additional features in the second version. I worked on this version along with a couple of software engineers in Israel IDC. So once they are all okay, then I will publish to GitHub repo.
Cool. That's awesome. Thanks for showing us that. Great work.
So just to clarify, it does sanitize all of those all of the organization's specific tenant IDs and everything from it before you deploy it, right?
Yes. Yeah. There is no hard-coded subscription IDs, tenant IDs, or nothing.
Excellent. And those, lost the word. The dependencies. Right.
Connections. Yeah. Playbook connections also come along with the template.
That is super cool. I'm glad you did that. That's going to save a lot of time. And you're going to release that Monday at 3, right?
No, not the playbook template. Not the playbook template generator. The other one, Analytical Rules, I will publish by Monday. The playbook template generator V2, I have other dependencies. There are a couple of other authors also. So I need to talk to them and then publish.
I'm just giving you a hard time about that one. I know.
So by Monday, that means 4:00 on Friday then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Sreedhar, you're a hardworking person. I wouldn't want to put more on you than you could manage. So I'm just kidding with you.
No problem.
So Frank wants to talk about the NRTs, the near real-time analytics rules. He has some questions.
So you can buy that with crypto. Oh, NFTs, my fault.
Oh, right. You're the crypto guy. We have to ask you that question. That's a Nathan Swift
joke, by the way. So just let you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's discuss what near real time is, and let's talk about this ago function and timestamp and all that, and what that actually means from correlating data.
Okay.
So how do schedule queries work, and what's the difference with near real time?
You can schedule analytical rule to trigger every 5 minutes also, but the advantage of the near real-time threat detection rules are it provides you the faster threat detection. That's in a nutshell, but in reality, I need to spend some more time on this. That's how it provides you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just quickly, the difference is that the scheduled analytics rule, it's literally carte blanche. You can change that schedule. Of course, there's limitations, but right, you can set it to run every 5 minutes. But as Sreedhar was suggesting, you can also have it run looking at data within the last 24 hours, the last 30 days, whatever happens to be. The difference with NRT, NRT is very similar to what our hunting live stream is. Live stream runs a query every single minute while you're in that session to tell you if something might potentially be active in the environment, but it doesn't generate anything other than an alert that you get notified about in the Azure portal. The near real-time analytics rule, on the other hand, it actually generates incidents. So if you believe something is absolutely going on in the environment, you want to go off and do other things. Maybe you're trying to put out fires for a number of different reasons. You schedule or you enable, maybe this is something you already have created, but you just enable it because maybe it's something that's become commonplace, or maybe it's something that's been reported overnight where you've got some threat indicators that you need to look for. You enable this to run every single minute, and as it's continually running, it's going to generate an actual incident and collect those alerts just like an incident creation mechanism does. So it's actually going to create something in the system.
Is there a limit to the number of
20?
20?
I believe it's 20. I may be wrong about that, but yes, there absolutely is a limit, but I think it's 20.
So when data comes into Sentinel, is it checked when it comes into Sentinel, or is everything posted in there? Then this runs every minute versus the 5 minutes of query. So what is the data flow that's taking place? When is that data analyzed? When it's coming into Sentinel as part of that transaction, or is it posted in and then the queries run against it?
But so you're still dependent on data ingestion, wherever that source is coming from, however long it takes for that data to get there. But as this query runs every single minute, as that data is repopulated, it automatically runs against that data that is now current.
So it doesn't run as the data is populating. It's actually written and then the queries are running against it.
Right.
Okay. All right. So it's really kind of the same thing as before, but we're just doing it every minute.
Yep. Trying to capture the data as it exists within our environment.
And also the limit you talked about, Rod, that's also correct. And no more than 20 rules can be defined per customer at this time on NRTs.
That's going to be on the test for you, Brodie. Be prepared. We did get that email from Edward saying that you guys are in a competition now to
I know.
see who gets the certification first and the highest.
Well,
score. So
I know. I'm now leaving for a week after the Christmas break.
Here comes the excuses again.
That's hey, you know what? There's no way.
Again.
There's no way I can make more excuses than Ed. Come on, I'm not worse than Ed. Come on. I'm working on it though. I'm definitely going to score lower than him, but I'll try to beat him.
You see, you're already lowering the expectations of yourselves.
Well, when we had Mr. Swift on, I'm the same boat as him. I don't think I've ever hit an 800. I probably would have or exceeded on the SC 900, but that was in beta, so I never knew what my score was. But I'm always somewhere in the sevens. I don't know.
Can't get that score out of the beta. Just go back out to person's view, then you can actually look it up. By the way, so
okay, great.
You can go
hot
get
tip
that,
from Frank. Thank you.
I mean,
okay.
If it was up to me, people that didn't score 900 above shouldn't get the certification, but that's okay.
Fair.
So I should mention one more thing about the NRT. It works exactly like, except for being able to adjust the schedule, it works exactly like any other scheduled analytics rule. You can add automation. You can merge alerts and other things and other identities and things, and change the identities and the artifacts that are collected as part of it too.
No, so I mean, I think that going from the threat hunting queries that were before that just displayed a message, an Azure notification message before, to having the full capability of what you would expect out of a scheduled query is.
Well, that's really a separation of duties, right? Because you do have in larger SOCs, you do have that separation of duties. You have a hunting person, you have an analyst, you have an investigative person. This is an efficiency thing for those people that are tasked with the entire role, right? So this is good for them.
Yeah. And also using the NRTs, you cannot query the cross workspace. It will be limited to a single workspace, and NRTs produces only one alert per one rule. It does not do the event grouping.
Okay. So let's talk about data ingestion there, Rod. So when I type in a go and it's like time generated, whatever, so that's not really, when I'm trying to correlate data sources, should I use what the time, I forget the field now, time generated versus a different timestamp. So you're trying to do some sort of UTC pivot information. What's the best practice for dealing with that, going across different log sources for correlating events? So would you actually use deal with a date time skew, all that fun stuff?
Sreedhar probably has a better answer than I do, but I do know that is a common customer question, because timestamp is most normally used in our Defender products. If you go to security.microsoft.com, that's where timestamp is king. In Sentinel, it's time generated, but we're doing that again from a scheduling perspective to help with that. But other than that, Sreedhar may have a better idea.
Same answer like you. Time generated, yeah.
Right, so
one of these days, my hope is that it's uniform, right? And I'm positive that it will be. But
so there was a great video that was put out by Microsoft. I can't remember the guy's name. He's the one that's doing the data normalization project.
Offer.
And he put out an excellent video about dealing with the date time skew, or the time skew, realistically speaking. It's probably about 2 years old now, maybe a year and a half old, probably just a year old now. So that's definitely and he also did one about optimization of KQL, which is using like parameterized functions, all that other fun stuff.
Contains versus has and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so that was really a great presentation. So if anybody can find them out there, they're definitely.
Yeah, I'm sure it's out there. Ofer gets out every once in a while these days. He's in a different role. I think he's working on the ASIM stuff,
which is very important. We were talking about that. I forget what week that was.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have anything else?
Sreedhar, what's your favorite of all of the new features from Sentinel that has been released lately? Something that everybody needs to know about, maybe something you haven't brought up yet, or something that has been out for a while but's been recently enhanced, and you want customers and techies like us to know about it.
If you ask a question like this, I am totally biased. Okay, I like every feature that we announced. Yeah, so because as I showed that aka.ms/asnew, where we give monthly updates on the features development, what we are adding to the product. Every feature has their own importance for each business units. So I like everything. I like how we are progressing and how we are getting more competitive in the SIM market. Yeah, personally, I am in love with every feature.
Oh, what a great answer.
I'll tell you something that was not covered on AS New was that free trial tab within the News and Guides blade within Microsoft Sentinel. I don't know if you've seen this. It's like the central location for our brand new free trial, that 31-day deal with all the gigabytes that you can ingest for free for 31 days. And it also tells you when your free trial is going to expire. Customers would always ask, well, I think I started it last week, but I'm not sure.
Okay. And also we have a solution called free Sentinel training lab. Okay, that's also, maybe I guess there is a Sentinel in the field YouTube channel. Okay, they are talking about Sentinel training lab. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know the exact time, but we are talking about the Sentinel training lab. That's also available in container. And also, Rod, I just saw your post on E5 licensing offer. What's about that?
So prior to today, December 1st was like the big celebration party time. Prior to today, we had a E5 licensing deal where you get so much data ingest, you get all kinds of free goodness for E5 license subscribers. All those different tables, Azure Active Directory is included as a free source, all this good kind of stuff. That was originally had a timestamp, right, of December 1st, but announced at Ignite this year. We have extended that indefinitely and actually enhanced it because now we're including all of the Defender 365 tables, which includes even the email tables and the device tables, Azure Active Directory, information protection, all kinds of stuff that's included as part of that. And like I said, it's indefinite. And a customer that has either E5, A5, or G5, they don't have to do anything special today to get it. They don't even have to call a Microsoft person. They just literally it just shows up. We have a new workbook in Microsoft Sentinel that's Microsoft Sentinel Cost. It's a workbook, and it even in the middle of the workbook, it will show you how you're taking advantage of those benefits and all the cost savings that you have, which is pretty amazing.
That's great. Make it easy, right? Because you want to be able to drive that conversation with leadership and show them the value. That's really cool. Yeah.
All right. Cool. I believe Edward will be back next week. You're missed Edward, even though I'm sure you'd rather be on vacation, stay on vacation out there. Anything else from you, Rod?
Don't believe so. I'm just getting ready like every Microsoft person. I think I work a couple of days next week and maybe a couple of days the next, but I'm just about done here. So
I'm trying to not check out as well, but I'm slowly checking out, keeping an eye on the snowpack, ski hills.
Don't they make MCS work while, the sales and products people, they get
somebody has to keep the lights
December
on.
off,
I'm billing for the next few weeks, and then I'm taking 2 off, and then in second week of January I'm going heli skiing. So bye. Wow. That's going to be great. Yeah.
Wow. You are Canadian.
Sreedhar, what are you doing for the holidays?
So my holidays plan, we recently bought this Facebook portal, and we are having fun, and we are having a family together meetings.
Wow.
And and also there is a AR feature where kids can read the stories by getting into the characters, and all your face will be covered with an animal, and while the animal is kind of talking, So my kids are enjoying because of the Facebook portal. Their screen time got doubled from the last 1 week. But now if I am asking to read the book, okay, they want to read the book on the Facebook portal. So I'm not taking any vacation. I will be around, coming to those long weekends. Visit some Christmas lights here, and there are some nearby my home. There is one community, they decorate with colors, and all those colors called dancing lights. With Christmas songs, all the lights will dance according to
Mapped.
the tunes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Hey, since you're still working, could I just set a inbox rule to forward all Sentinel questions to you while I'm gone?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, scary.
You said yes. You're not supposed to say yes.
Yeah, Sreedhar, you work too hard. This is outrageous. Thank you, Sreedhar. Thank you for being on.
Thank you.
Really appreciate your time today. It was very
Thank you.
insightful.
Thanks for inviting me. Thank you so much.
All right.
You're welcome back anytime.